Alright, over on the right hand side of the map, we have StateSC2 playing as the blue Dehli. Immediately going for mosque, interesting. Although, wow, we're actually like a good 18 seconds into the game. So not immediately, but pretty quickly. They're just getting all of their buildings up. All this house. Oh, cause yeah, they just want to reach that golden age as quickly as they can. And yeah, all this mill up for berries. State SC2, long time top level StarCraft player living in Korea. Some people might know them as the producer for the Tasteless podcast, which is, I believe, on hiatus, but hopefully will be coming back soon once lockdown has been eased worldwide for esports. But over on the left-hand side, also playing as Dehli and also going for the very quick building setup. We got LukasL. I actually can't see if the buildings are linked or not, but I don't really know much about LukasL, but in fairness, given that I bigged up the state a bunch, we'll just assume that LukasL like saved orphans from a burning building or something. And yeah, they're just going for that wheelbarrow attack. And this is going to be a Dehli mirror matchup. Now, I would not have expected to see Dehli at this point in the tournament, given that they are considered to be quite bugged right now. Their spears don't brace, which is a rather unfortunate aspect to have when the cavalry is quite popular, like knights especially. So not having a working spearman, like they still, you know, hit things and throw torches at buildings and all that good stuff, but yeah, not being able to brace against knights is pretty bad and not really something you want to have to deal with. But yeah, LukasL, they're just gonna, you know, save up, go for age 2 pretty quickly. And State is actually gathering woods. Let's take a look. Okay, they gathered like a tiny amount of wood, and now they're on food and gold. And yeah, they're just gonna get efficient production. And I think they went a little bit too hard on the gold, and they're pulling back to get that food. So LukasL is actually going to be the person that reaches Evil Age first. And we're just gonna, you know, reveal map to everyone. Enough of those scouts. And they're gonna go for Dome of Faith, which makes sense. Definitely the better of the two landmarks. Allows you to build those scholars nice and quick. And nice and cheap as well. You get half price off. And they're not going for either of these upgrades yet. They just want to get to Sanctity. They want to go for these sacred sites as quickly as possible. And that makes a lot of sense. And ooh. Yeah, Scout walks a bit too close. Gets packed at by this town center. No attempt to kill a Scout though. If you have a whole bunch of workers underneath the town center, you can drop them all in, fire a ton of arrows, like 1 or 2 volleys, and then yeah, you can pick up the Scout, but that does not happen. Does not seem to be the case. Alright, so State's got 4 workers on this. What are we looking at for Lucas? 3. Okay, so State's gonna kind of catch up a little bit. They should finish. Lucas should still finish first, but he'll be like closer than you would get otherwise if State wasn't putting that extra work on. But that does mean that they're gonna fall a little bit behind on economy. So Lucas is just gonna be a tiny bit ahead. And we will see what kind of difference that makes. Ooh. State getting almost housed. Perfect timing on that house, actually. Villager just finishes as it gets built. And yeah, they're just going for economy. And I believe that'll be the case for both players. Yeah, they both basically have the same amount of villagers. Both finish at almost the same time, damn. That extra villager helping produce that helped quite a bit. But that does mean that Lucas had 1 extra villager to do gathering during that. Which isn't the biggest difference in the world, but it is like a slight edge. Alright, we've got archery range. Ooh. Apologies. I know we're meant to have stream alerts turned off during this, but despite me doing that, it's actually still happening for some reason. Alright, so we've got stable on the side of Lucas versus archery range on the side of State. And just scouts for now. Nothing too major. What are we seeing? Horsemen coming out. Okay, so they're kind of predicting this archery range. Does Lucas actually know this is here? No, Lucas has not scouted State's base whatsoever. So they don't know anything about what's happening. I assume they realize that, like, the divergence can't be that big at the moment, but State, on the other hand, they're very aware of what's going on. They see this tower. They see this forward gold. Which, you know, forward berries on the side of State, so there's, like, opportunities to harass for both of them. And State, oh, even has the double scout, actually. So yeah, and that double scout, you can just see they have entire vision of the map. They know where everything is, they know where all the relics are. Probably got a few extra sheep out of it too. And if we look on the side of Lucas, they just do not know what's happening on this side. That horseman has very low vision, could just run into a town centre by accident and take a volley of arrows. And yeah, you really want to have the scout doing this job. They do not know what's going on. And they're just doing a bunch of harassment. And oh, here comes this horseman. It's taking quite a bit of arrow fire. State made sure to put a bunch of villagers in the TC, and that horseman effectively not going to do much of anything for the rest of the game. Has no health. It just took a whole bunch of damage. I think a scout could honestly kill that at this point. Alright, and one archer. Oh, and this second horseman. Alright, it's going to be a bit of damage on this archer, but it might actually go down to the TC. Yep. Villagers were garrisoned. And that's one horseman dead, a second horseman down already for LukasL. So things are not looking good on that front. They were doing quite well in economy, and oh no! There's a wolf on the map. And that might actually deal with the scholar. And is the sacred site even going to get captured during all this? Alright, so the horsemen are coming in. And the scholars are actually going to be able to heal these up. So that is one good thing about the current situation. And, oh, they don't even have the sanctity upgrade yet, do they? That's why it's not being captured. Alright, so sanctity, another 30 seconds away. Oof. And 15 for State. So State able to get that upgrade before their opponent. And so, oh, they tried to build an outpost over here, but didn't realize they're already horsemen. Oh, but State, they've got spears! And these aren't knights, so it doesn't matter if you can't brace. And are they going to take that horseman down? Oh, almost! One more hit would have done it. But they are going to kill this scholar. And that's 75 gold. And a bunch of production time on this Dome of Faith. That could have actually been going towards a faster sanctity. State. Okay, they have one villager that's going to get chased away by this horseman. But the horseman doesn't see the scholar because of that. That's so smart. I don't know if it's on purpose, but it was pretty smart. Oh no, the horseman's going to run back. Okay, LukasL kind of realizes what's going on. And they're just going to hit the scholar, chase that away. One spearman, especially a hardened spearman, is going to deal with this horseman. That's going to kill that before the scholar needs to. And the scholar is just going to run back, take this site. What are we looking at over here? Oh, yeah, there's horsemen on all of these sites now. But State is going to win this early fight. They're going to get these scholars onto the points. And if you... It doesn't matter how badly injured your units are. If you win the fight, you're going to get all of that health back because of these scholars. Oh, the scholar walks off the sacred site to heal though. Oh, that's so... not what State wanted to have happen. Oh no, scholar, stop. You're being too much of a good Samaritan. Get back on the sacred site and do your job. Alright, and now the gold income for State's going to be huge. Yeah, one spearman, one archer on the sacred site, or two archers in this case, and yeah, the scholar's just gonna walk back. And now State has two of the three sacred sites, going for the third one. Even has outposts as well. And if I'm LukasL, I'm just like not gonna be enjoying myself. And like we could just take a look at the income per minute. Yeah, State's leaping ahead on gold income right now. Oh, the scholar might go down to the horseman though. Oh, is it gonna happen? Oh, it does. The last hit goes through. The horseman does die. And interestingly, because of, you know, Dome of Faith reducing the cost of scholars by 50%, a scholar for a horseman is actually a relatively good trade, gold-wise, like resources-wise, because like a horseman is fairly expensive. Let's take a look. 100 foods, 20 woods. So a horseman is more expensive. Oh, what's gonna die? Is the villager gonna go down? Oh no, State, don't lose a villager. Alright, it just lives. There were enough arrows. I think this is actually like a fully upgraded tower as well. And now State building some walls. Not using the Dehli tech for it, just using a villager. But that is a cool aspect to the Dehli, is their army can build palisade walls and gates. Oh, and this fight is going really well for State. Perfect composition to deal with this. Spears and archers beating the horsemen and the lower number of archers of the opponent. And yeah, once you just have a big enough archer ball, you can just kind of roll over your opponent. And I believe State, yeah, they're about to have all three sacred sites. And all they gotta do now is hold all three of these for 10 minutes. But even if they don't, there's so much income off of these. Gold is gonna keep going up and up and up. And current resources, yeah, they're just gonna head towards, you know, getting Castle Age potentially. Getting those men at arms. You don't even really need to mine gold at this point. And yeah, like you can then go up to even knights or possibly men at arms. Either of those would work really well. And State, you can also be way overly aggressive if you want to. I don't know if that's the best idea. I don't see any blacksmith upgrades coming in yet. Oh, actually, we do have the archer armor here for State. So they have a little bit of an upgrade leads. So maybe this is okay, but oh, this is not looking good. State's about to lose their army. And oh, that army would have been perfect to defend, you know, with an outpost. But it's a lot of losses to take. I believe these will be able to kill the horsemen fairly easily. Oh, but they're not really target firing. Alright, now they are. One horseman goes down. And this is a fully upgraded tower, so it has that bonus health. It should be able to, you know, tank a lot of this damage. But State being a little bit too over aggressive there. That said, they're going up to Castle Age. I got that landmark being done behind this. Compounded the defender. Another mosque coming up for that even quicker research. Let's do infantry units can build stone walls. Reduces stone cost of buildings and their emplacements by 25%. Ooh. Normally you see players go for there's a building that gives you kind of like unique tech, which is quite nice, but State would rather build stone walls and like cheaper stuff on like buildings like keeps and towers. You know, they're going to lose the sacred site, but it's not really the end of the world. They still have two. It's a lot of gold income still. And going up to Castle Age this quick means that I don't know if we're going to see it just yet, but the relics on the map are actually pretty evenly distributed. There's one safe for each player, like a pocket relic, and then there's three that are like very contestable. So I'm wondering if we're going to see State go for these relics and get an even further lead on that gold economy. Because that's all passive. It's like really nice to have. Alright, yeah, Palisade Gate's coming up. Using a villager for this actually. What are we gonna see? And yeah, actually being ahead in age, so Lucas does catch up. They are also in Castle Age now. But that does mean you start getting, you know, the tech quicker. Mining is going to be quicker here. And, oh wow, LukasL has just not been using their blacksmiths for upgrades. Oh, that's so unfortunate. If we look over at State on that regards, they've got all of this stuff coming in. You know, you've got veteran archers and veteran horsemen, which are pretty scary, but what's State going? Man-at-arms? Yeah. They're going to be mixing in man-at-arms for this army. They've already got a tower war elephant. Ooh. Horsemen are not going to do well against that. And you know, there are crossbows out in the field now. I don't think those are going to be effective enough in like those low numbers to deal with this. And oh wow, stone walls coming out. State's just like, yeah, you're not gonna, you know, break this down. And I think relics have been picked up as well. Yep, we got one relic over here. Let's take a look. Where's that going? Nowhere, apparently. Alright, and now Sacred Site's getting captured. And this one over here, this tower's gonna do an okay job holding on for the moment. We do have war elephants on the side of Lucas, so they're gonna hold in there, but I don't know, like they're so far behind. Relics are getting picked up by State now. They're gonna hold 3 sacred sites, but obviously they're gonna lose one. There you go, stone walls coming up with the wall tower as well. Oof. That's gonna be spooky. And State, I think, oh, with all these spears, they're gonna be able to like chomp through that war elephant pretty quickly. Especially given that these are much more upgraded spears compared to their opponent. Like you look at these archers, you've got 821. These ones 700. So State's army is just a lot stronger than their opponent. Ooh, the crossbows. You know, they're doing okay work, but oh, the upgrades are really helping right now. Like man-at-arms with like 13, 6, and 5 damage. Oof. And yeah, we saw it earlier in one of the sets. Archers just don't hold up against man-at-arms, and yeah, State takes it. I would say fairly convincingly. The economy did look fairly even at first, but Lucas just forgot to get those upgrades for a long time. Like their blacksmith was not doing anything when it should have been. And that really, really does hurt. And yeah, once State was able to secure the sacred sites, that was it. That's all they needed. And you know, like let's go back to the timeline. We look at like the village account. State just pulls a little bit heads. Lucas takes a little bit of economy damage and just kind of evens out. Military count, yeah. State with that kind of catastrophic push that really, really hurt. Oh, actually, they hit Castle Age around the same time. I genuinely thought State was going to hit that first, so that was my bad there. But yeah, Lucas, they had a bigger army, but State just had those upgrades. And yeah, Lucas just takes a really bad fight. And falls behind, and they're just like, yeah, I can't win this. You have too many sacred sites, too much gold income, grabbing all the relics. So, well played. StateSC2 takes it, and they go to the round of 64.